So today I want to tell you about a lesson that I created. First, the standard that I want to be addressing is distinguishing long and short vowels when reading regularly spelled one-syllable words. And particularly, it's usually for second or third grade level. And specifically, I'm going to be focusing on the double E phoneme. So, what you would do to model at the beginning of the lesson is you would show this list of words, for example, and ask the students if they see anything that is similar with these words. They're going to point out that they see the double E phoneme. So then you go on by teaching them that the double E phoneme does say the E sound, and you could use questions such as, I'm trying to think of something that happens at nighttime, and they could say sleep, and things like that. You can hold up pictures of a green star and say, who can tell me what color this is, and have them write it on the board and have that exposure to the double E phoneme. Once they grasp the concept, you could have them make a double E phoneme tree. What you do is you have students work in groups, and you would give them each group all the pieces, and you have them brainstorm first on the trunk, which I didn't do in my example. But they would just brainstorm any double E words that they could think of, and then you give them each a few leaves and have them individually write one word per leaf that has the double E phoneme included. And so they create their tree as a group. And then, once they work in groups, this is where the paintchips come into play. If you have students who really grasp the idea, these paintchips I used are all different colors. So you would just give them this group and ask them to sort the words that would have the double E phoneme. And to make it easy, I use the words I included on my double E phoneme tree. So for example, the student would have to, like, the green goes with green, so that says tree. Or they could have Queen. There's queen. There's B. So they would catch on that it is color coordinated, and they could do it in that sense. But this works really well for students if they have maybe ADHD, or it's just a great hands-on manipulative, and they're able to move around and keep their brain going and energized as they're engaged in this activity. If this is too complex for your students, I'll come over to this group. This group, you would give them all one color, so they're not distracted by the different colors, and it's not quite as complex. For these, I use some of the same words. For example, there is green, there is sweets, there's cheese. Okay. So what you're going to do after the students have constructed some of these words is you'll ask them to share a word that really stuck out with them. So say if you asked me what word I really liked that I had put together, and I said cheese, I would share that with the class, and then you could even go on to incorporate literature in another sense and have them use the word cheese in a sentence or something like that and just make an extension on it. But it tends to work really well with about second to third grade students, but obviously you can differentiate and you can make little changes to it, make it more complex or simpler, and change it to your grade level or to each individual student. So that is my lesson on the double E phoneme using paintchips. Thank you.